In this video, I'm going to teach you guys tips and tricks about landing and the best way to go about it, especially when you're dropping from the battle bus in an arena or a scrim game. You guys are going to know my exact thought process while I'm landing because I'm going to be calling stuff out while I'm live and dropping from the battle bus. Either way, this is going to be a really helpful video and improve your IQ, so I recommend watching the whole thing through. 85% of people that watch my YouTube videos are not subscribed to my channel, so if you guys get that like button and that sub button for the one time, it will be greatly appreciated as we're going to have more tips and tricks coming soon. Okay, time to get sweaty. Okay, so I'm going to be going Lazy Lake this game. If you guys want to get a better landing and learn how to drop out the battle bus better, you can watch my previous video that I posted about a couple days ago. That will help you with that. But this is more so for winning off-spawn fights. So as I'm landing, I'm looking to see which players are around me, who's landing at what building. That guy landed on an AR, so I don't want to get beamed. So I'm going to try and quickly land over here. You can, oh, I missed. So that's a good idea to always land as soon as possible. So that way that guy up top doesn't beam you if you have a bad landing. Usually if people land with me, the first thing I do if I get a shield is I pop it. I like to wait for minis, but the thing is whenever you have people landing with you, you really don't want to take too many risks. Sometimes you have to take the big pot before you get the minis, because if you don't, then you're going to risk running into the guy and dying. So in my opinion, it's probably better off to pop the shield if you get a big pot right away, if and only if someone lands with you. If not, then I would try and loot and find minis first. Next thing I'm going to do is I like to farm a little bit of mats, so I'm not going to push into the next house yet. I don't think anyone landed there, but usually when I land, I like to just hit every chest and it gives me 30 mats every time. So I usually just grab those, get quick mats that way, run around, hit a couple chairs or hit a couple tables, and then get even faster mats as I loot this house. It's really important to try and find a shotgun whenever you land. That way you can run into someone and fight them from close range, because if you're playing mid-game fights with them from the start, then you're not going to have a lot of mats, and whoever runs out of mats first is just probably going to die. When you have a shotgun, you can try and force people to fight close up. A tip that I always like to keep in mind is that if I just have attack, then I'll probably just keep an AR and then run something else in my other slot. If I have a charged shotgun, mostly what I'll do is I'll have an SMG and an AR, but personally that's what I do whenever I'm trying in a serious game. Okay, so this game I'm gonna go pleasant. I'm gonna try and land at multiple different POIs. That way you guys can get a better understanding of exactly how to approach different scenarios, and hopefully that will help a little bit as well. So usually, like, the second I land, right, I'm always just like observing, and I do like quick glances back just to see like who's on my right, who's on my left, and then I try and pick a spot and then land at that spot and then loot up really quickly. One guy's across the street, another guy's coming next to me. It's really important to just loot these as fast as possible. I think I would say if I'm looting a house, I would try and get at least 2 guns before you could start farming a lot of mats, in my opinion. There we go, he's weak. I knew I hit him 85 white, and I don't think he would have been able to react quick enough, because the second I broke that wall, all I had to do was hit him once. I feel like I have about a minute's worth of recording. I haven't gotten anywhere, and I've been playing for like 35, 40 minutes. Arena is sweaty, man. Can we talk about that? Like, Arena is sweaty. I'm not even in champs yet. These kids are sweats. I mean, I get it. I want to go pro too, but damn. So like right now I can probably pop these chug splashes, but since they're chug splashes, I could afford to wait and see if I can find some more loot first. Like I said, I'm always farming chairs. If you guys don't know, whenever you pop one of those lighter shrooms, if you pop them right away, you're gonna lose some of your shield. So you gotta wait a second so they regen and you can get the most shield out of them. Oh my god, that was sketchy. Holy. There are so many marauders right here. What the? If you have 6 stinks and you use them correctly, you can almost guarantee a kill. I did a poor job of looking to see who was landing with me, so I don't exactly know how many people were here. That's something you don't want to do. You want to constantly be aware of who's around you in any given situation. That way you're not the person getting snuck up on and you could be the one doing the sneaking up. So I think I've looted this whole place, but even though I've looted the whole thing and I know I've killed everyone here, people could still rotate in if they rotate early. So just keep that in mind. That's something that you want to be aware of. So I work on getting the lowest landing first, and then I look around around to see who's with me and who's not. Honestly, I tell people to have a landing spot or land at a particular place at a POI every time, but personally, whenever I land at a POI, especially off spawn, I kind of land and get the lowest landing first and then worry about where I want to go once I'm there. So if I have any place to pick because no one landed here, then I'll just pick this house. Depending on how low my landing is or how high it is going to dictate where I want to drop. Because sometimes when there's a lot of people landing with you, you're not going to really have the option to decide where you want to go every time, because you might screw up on your landing even a little bit. Even though you might master it and try your best to get the best landing, it's going to be difficult to get the same spot every single time at a POI. So honestly, I would just work on always trying to get the lowest landing so you can be the first to the option. But if you're not, you just got to always have a backup. Have multiple ways of landing at that POI. That way you don't have to worry about if this guy takes your house, you're then screwed. Always try and find as much shield as you can. So if you land in one of these areas with a lot of shield, best thing to do is just farm up shield the second you get the chance, because health advantage is really important when you're talking about off spawn fights. There's a guy that landed here. Heavy hit. Good thing I hit those shields in the beginning and I got a lot of them before I fought that guy. I didn't even know he landed here, to be honest. I swear I didn't see anyone. That just goes back to the thing I was mentioning earlier though. Even though you don't see anyone, doesn't mean that no one's gonna come here. See, that guy had a decently good loadout. He had a pump and he had a P90 and he may have been on controller, who knows. But the fact that he had way better guns than me really doesn't mean anything, because there's a lot of things that factor in. You gotta be really good at using your surroundings to your advantage right there. As you saw, I didn't try and play too crazy and try and get a quick kill. I just tried to play slow and calm, farm up my mats, make sure I got everything around me before I decided to push that guy. Just be smart about what you do and really think that if you're gonna do this, is it gonna work out for you in the long run? Even if it's something as small as farming, make sure that you're not farming in the open. Make sure you're doing stuff protected. In arena games, farming like this may not matter as much, but that's just something to keep in mind for people that play dreamhack. They'll probably never farm in the open because they know they're just gonna get shot at. Another thing I like to do whenever I'm off spawn is to just hug close to stuff, and especially when I'm outside, you don't really see me running in the middle of nowhere. I always run next to buildings or materials or cars or something. That way I can hide behind cover and it makes me a harder target for someone to shoot me. Constantly aware about what's going on around me so that way I can react the best way possible. Is that a lot of times I feel like I'm not being aware of who's landing with me and I get jump scared almost. Now I don't react like, you know, I'm freaking out. I just kind of get caught off guard, and that's something that's really not that good. You want to make sure even when you're scared, don't get nervous. You want to play calm, cool, and reactive to stuff, you know what I mean? If you get shot at, don't freak out. Even with me, I freak out. I just don't really move or show emotion, but like I really do freak out inside sometimes, and that just happens. But the more and more I practice and the more experience I get with learning off spawn fights and people jump scaring me in games and spraying me with tacks and all that stuff where I don't even see them. Like if there's a guy coming out of a bush, everyone's reaction is to just freak out and go crazy. But if you can just stay calm and expect everything to happen like it's about to happen, then you won't be as scared, quote unquote, to deal with it. Also, quick tip, just don't rotate with your pickaxe like this. If you're ever rotating, just always have your AR or SMG, because you never know who you're gonna run up against. You never know that 1 second that takes you to take out your AR or whatever the case may be, you might be able to line up a shot and get damage on someone. This looks like I'm rolling up on someone else's fight right here, and just be aware that I've been in this situation a lot. If you really want to W key someone and you know they're weak, then definitely push it, right? But if I don't know anything in the fight, you just gotta be aware. Just like I'm third partying this fight, I don't know if there's other people around here, so you just got to think to yourself, is this a fight I want to take? Do I want to risk dying to this guy? Is it worth it? And then you just factor in those things while you push that guy or you don't. Look at this, I'm getting third party. Just like I was saying, even though I'm the one that's third partying, not necessarily in that fight, there was a guy third partying me. Now there could be another guy that's shooting at me, that's third partying the third party. Literally every time you play arena and you're rotating even slightly away from your spawn fights, just really be aware that there's a third party everywhere. Drill it into your mind, if you're tired of dying by third parties, that you're gonna get third party the second you go into a fight. So always be aware of that and try and build protectively whenever you're trying to fight someone, or build on the opposite side of the guy that's third party. That way you'll take less damage. Play the waiting game because he's really close. Whenever you don't know where someone is, just try and run away safely. Farming shield, farming mats, Don't let him stop you from doing what you were doing in the first place. Just trying to... Holy... Oh my God, was that close. Holy. Pay close attention to how I was kind of going about that. You notice how I knew that guy knew I was white because he hit me, right? First thing I did was try not to make too much noise, make it seem like he didn't know where I was, because he really didn't. You saw how he built that wall in the beginning and had no idea where I was. He dropped and literally went the other way. When someone's on your tail like that at the beginning of a fight, you kind of have to catch them off guard, and that's what I did right there by trying flipping that stare at it. Luckily, I was able to just take protective peek shots and then get the advantage on him, right? I waited for him to make the move and then played carefully and protectively, and then I got the kill. Even when you're low HP, I would never give up. Me personally, I'm not gonna let someone just kill me free just because I'm whited and I'm like 4 HP. I will literally grief all my mats and throw away all my shield before I let someone random have it. Let me know down below if anyone's petty like that. And before I forget, if you land with a lot of people, just know that if you're one of the first ones to get into an off-spawn fight first, then that's probably gonna mean that you're gonna get third party, so just be aware of that. If you're one of the first ones to shoot and you end up taking a long time to kill your guy, just know that it's gonna be a third party, so just keep that in mind for the next time you're playing. The only way to not get third party is to just kill your guy quick. So that's one of the disadvantages. You can either A, wait for someone to shoot first and then roll up on that third party, or kill your guy quick and then kill the other guy if you're a real beast. I hope you guys learned something throughout watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like and use my code in the item shop if you want to support me further. Feel free to come through on my Twitch chat or even on my Discord if you guys have any further questions. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Everyone have a good night. Doses. Peace.